Hello, hello, thanks. Let's see who's going to join. Maybe. hmm Maybe somebody's going to join. Maybe not. Okay, so hello. So I'm going to be talking about today. Um, Common ways people are eating their food for tomorrow today. So this is what I'm going to be talking about today. Hopefully it's going to be helping you or it's going to bless you because there are a lot of ways that people are eating their tomorrow food today. There are a lot of ways. And one of the ways that people are doing that is one of the ways people are eating their they're eating their food for tomorrow for today is student loan. I am a victim of that. I won't lie to you. Student loan. People are eating their tomorrow income through education. Um, Parents don't have the knowledge to save and invest for the education of their children. As for me, because they came from a poor background, my parents never invest the money to save for my education. They never did. So I was out of luck on that one because there are a lot of people in this area that their parents never invest for their future, like for their education. So you are left alone as an adult or once you grow up. Thank you. When you grow up, you have to get into student loan and you go to student loan because you want to have a good education. You want to secure your future. You want to be better. So because of the parents are not saving for their children's education. So now the parent, either the parent or the child, end up going and borrowing student loan. That's how you get locked in. That's one of the ways that you can eat your food tomorrow for today. Because we get up into the student loan, we take student loan. Yes, it sounds good. All I'm gonna go and have the student loan and I'm gonna get my feature and other stuff, but that's also dangerous. But if parents, like I'm talking about, I'm doing this broadcast, like people are already victim of it, like you can try out to get out of it, but people are not yet, like parents that are watching me, like young parents that are watching me, that you have children that are young still. This is a good time for you to start saving for them. Save for their education so that they will not end up in student loan debt. You can save now, invest that money now. That will secure their future for education. They see student loan as a means of education for their children, right? Don't see student loan. Oh, I have the option. I can just take a student loan. I can pay it later. No, you can save yourself a lot of debt. You can save yourself a lot of education by saving now for your children education. It will save you. You, like, then you get into the debt after you take the student loan. Like for me, I'm there because I had to take, I couldn't afford it, so I had to take a student loan, so I have to pay it back. But the good thing about Canada is better than US is terrible in paying student loan. You better, there's a little bit flexibility, but you people in United States, you're doomed. You have to pay like $500 or $1,000, or some people have to pay 1,500 in a student loan monthly. That's crazy. And you still have to pay your mortgage. You still have to pay your car loan, insurance. You have to eat. That is why a lot of people have uh, um 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 job. I don't know, three jobs and everything like that, just because they're trying to keep up. Yeah, you go to school now, you have the job that you dream of, but now you cannot sleep. You have to live and pay for that student loan because it's not free. But if parents are saving now for their children future education, it will be great idea. Hint hint. So borrower is a slave to a lender. You're gonna become slave forever because you borrow something. Now you have to pay for it. You have to work and pay for it. Um, there is a problem that make that might get you thinking and rethinking your ways of financial education. Yes, it's good if it's little, but when you go into maximum, like some people are in student loan of $100,000, 200, $400,000. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's like, I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna end up having a good job. I'm gonna pay for it. It's easy to take, but it's very difficult to pay it back. Every loan, it's very easy to take, but it's very so that's one of the ways that people get themselves hooked, eating their food for tomorrow today. So education is important, but if you can't plan well for it, it will cause you to eat your tomorrow food today. Another ways that people eat their food tomorrow today: house mortgage, living in tomorrow's house today. Many people have this idea of owning a house. I'm not saying anything bad in owning a house, but you need to prepare to own a house. You need to save to own a house. You take a credit for it, and some people take houses that they cannot even afford. They they live beyond the means just because they want to be in the status quo, or they want to be look value or worthy or something, and they end up taking a mortgage that they cannot really afford it. It's good to own your house, but if you do it the right way, by being debt free, by saving ahead of time, like for the young people, like seriously, I'm appealing to the young people. If you're young and you are still living with your mom and your dad, your parents, this is a great idea. This is a good way. You need to start saving. If you're working, start saving, start investing your money into buying a house, or like just invest. Don't live with your parents, but the money that you're working, save it, invest it so that you can buy your own house in the future. If you do that, that is a great idea. That is a good, that's hint hint. I'm just hinting people, I'm just giving people ideas. Yes, home ownership is a big deal for many people, right? You need to afford the house that you that meets your needs or your family needs. A lot of people are not buying the house that meets their needs. They are going above and beyond. They cannot afford it. And then now you're stressed. Now your health is in problem. Now everything is breaking loose just because you want to live in this guy. Oh my God, I want that house. Do you really, can you afford the house that you want? It? It's fine, fancy houses, but can you really afford it? Can your family really afford it? If you cannot afford it, your family can, don't go for it. Buy something that you can afford, or save your money and buy it later. So we are in the credit driven economics. Okay, a credit facility is offered to you in a form of a house mortgage. Like it's a credit, you have to pay it. Like it's all nice and fancy, but you still have to pay it off. Borrowers is obligated to pay back with the predetermined set of payments over a period of time. That is what mortgages. You gotta pay. And guess what? When you cannot pay for it, they're gonna take it away from you. And all the money that you invest in it, it's gone forever. So you need to prepare it in before you take these things. Because they are headache. It comes with headache. If you go buy a house that you cannot afford, it comes with headache. You can't even sleep in your own house. Like, who are you impressing? Like I keep saying, you don't need to impress anybody. The only person that you need to impress here on earth is God. And if God is pleased with you, it doesn't matter else who else, no matter pleased with you, you don't care. As long as God is happy with you, that is the only person you're supposed to make happy here on earth. Because you can try and please everybody else, but they will never be satisfied. Your family will never satisfy you with you. Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or your husband, your wife, your children, they will never ever satisfy with you. No matter, even if you sell your soul for them, they will never be satisfied. So stop trying. Do the best that you can. Do the best that you can. But don't go over and above getting yourself in debt just to make somebody satisfied or pleased, because they're never going to. So just do the best that you can. Do the best that you can in in the way you can. You can do it, but don't put yourself into debt to please anybody, your pastor or anybody. It doesn't matter who the person is. Only God that needs to be pleased. So house life cases to be free, beautiful as soon as it is found on borrowing and debt. Home life ceases to be free and beautiful as soon as it is founded on borrowing and debt. So you might be living very happy life, very nice, debt free. As soon as you get into debt, that happiness is gone. You cannot have happiness. So don't be rushed to get into debt. Stay as long as you can. Don't. If you can, don't go. Don't go for that. So that's a house mortgages that people get into. Like try. Save your money. Save your money. And you can buy a house debt free. That is the best solution, best thing that you ever do for your life. If you buy anything debt free, you're free. You're free. And whatever money you make, you can do whatever you want with it. But when you buy something debt free, the peace and joy that you will have, because nobody's not going to call you. You're not going to be scared that somebody, if you don't make a payment, somebody's going to come and take your house, you or take your car or whatever it might be, because you paid it with your own money. You work hard, you save it, you invest it, you pay cash. That is the best thing that you ever do for yourself. So, long run, you shall have to pay your debts at the time that you may be very inconvenienced for survival. This is what happened when you get into debt. You have to pay that money. They don't care if you're sick, if you're not working, they don't care. You have to pay it. It's a commitment that you make. You have to pay it. It might seem okay to sign for the loan, but in the long run, it's become a source of sorrow and headache for you and your family. So be careful when you sign a loan. So I don't know what happened. My internet just went. Okay, let's do the video on it. Okay, so I'm gonna continue because I'm still on YouTube, but I don't know what happened with my Facebook. It just went off. Anyway, so let's continue. Clothing. I'm wearing tomorrow clothes today. When uh, uh when your self-esteem become larger and dependent on how sexy you look and how intelligent or kind of friendly or I don't know what it might be, then it's a problem. People are looking for self-worth and acceptance in a wrong places, for posing for for selfie. They pose for selfie. They dress up for church or work, and most people dress in to impress other people. Make yourself happy, satisfy yourself. But if you're doing all these things just to impress people, it's not good. Do it for yourself. Make you feel good. Do the things for yourself. Rather than you working hard to raise money to purchase designer clothes, many people will rather borrow money. They will borrow. Don't work and make your own money and buy things. But people are not doing that. They borrow money just to impress. They want to dress and impress other people. Don't do that. You can dress up in your own body, but your mind still paints a true picture of who you really are. Yes, you can look at appearances. Everybody's like, oh, nice, oh, good, good, and fine and fabulous and all kind of stuff. You can do that, but at the same time, your mind know who the really person who you are. No matter how your appearances are, your mind know who you are. Don't stress yourself about what to eat or wear. You need to develop biblical self concept. People spend money on clothes because of obsession. They obsess in clothes. Or women are obsessed. Some men too are obsessed in clothing or shoes or stuff like that. They are just obsessed in these things. But don't be obsessed with clothes. It's just material things. The only thing that you're supposed to be obsessed with is with God. And if you're obsessed with God more than material things, you're well off. You should raise above the demands to be like everybody else because you want to be like everyone. Oh, I want to be like my friend. Oh, I want to be like that. Oh, I want to be like that. No, don't do that. Be yourself. Be nobody but yourself. Car loan is another way that people commonly put themselves eat their tomorrow food for today. Car loan. They will want to get a fancy car. Uh, you may be dreaming of riding a fancy style car like the Lamborghini. They have the Rolls Royce and SUV Jeep, all these kind of things that people that you want to drive. All these fancy cars nowadays, they cost money. Some of them goes to $2 million. Like for what? For a car? That money I can spend that $2 million. You know how many people I can save in Africa? How many lives I can impact in a good way just to go drive in a car fancy like that? No, I'm not a kind of woman. I'm not kind of person. I'll be driving this fancy car and pay that so much money, and people are dying of sickness. People are dying of hunger, and here I am driving a fancy car. I will not do that. Do you feel the pressure of buying expensive car to meet up with the popular trend? There are a lot of people. It's like, oh, look at that. Like for me, for example, I used to love cars. I love cars. I love gadgets. That is my downfall. That is where I spend a lot of my money. I used to love cars. I used to love electronics. That. But now I'm wiser. Yeah, those things don't pay. It's material things. They're all vanity. It is often said that a man is only as good looking as the car he drives. That's what they say. So that's why men, oh, if I drive, all the ladies are going to be hoo. And if you're a woman, if I drive this car, all the men are going to be ha ha. Oh, she's top, she's this. Hey, that you cannot even sleep. You look all nice outside and then you come on home, you cannot even sleep at night because you're thinking your brain is going. Don't please people. And then you're suffering inside, but outside everybody it looks so good, but inside you're dying. Don't do that. Please listen to my advice. We are all living in a society that has values for delay and gratification. People get car loans just to finance the car of their dreams. If you are only working hard, save some money, and only be patient, you will drive the car of your dream debt free. Debt free. Um, Erd Willison said, if you think nobody cares if you are alive, try missing a couple of car payments. People wants to keep you um appreciated, or your appearances. Try it. Don't pay car payment. You know that people don't like it. They don't care. They don't care. You go, they'll be all nice to you in the bank when you go there to get the money. But you miss the payment. They will not even look at you. They don't even care who you are, what your status code or nothing. They will take the money for. They will take the car from you. They will take the house from you. They don't care. You need to know how to manage your financial life. You may be earning serious money on daily basis, but knowledge of the law of money will sustain your wealth. You need to sustain your wealth. Don't spend money you have not yet earned or secure. Don't spend it. Um, don't do that, my people. I'm begging you. Don't try to save the money, secure your money, and then you can buy something that you need, not things that you want. You're just gonna want it. You don't need it. Do you need it? If you don't need it, don't get it. So credit cards maybe seems by many of it's convenience because the money is there, but you're getting yourself in trouble. Yes, credit card may allow you to purchase anything at any time, locally or widely or online, and everything is great to have. But if you don't have the money already in your bank account, don't try to do it. Don't try to spend money that you don't have. If you have the money in cash in your other accounts, in your saving or your check-ins, okay, that's good. Then use the credit card and buy the things and immediately put the money back. So I'm just gonna end with a quote today, and we'll do. I don't know what is going on with my Facebook page, but anyway, Robert. This is a quote from Robert, and he said, "Be careful when you take on debt. If you take on debt personally, make sure it is small. If you take on large debt, make sure someone else is paying for it." So, how do you expect your future to be when you have a deeply, highly into your future incomes? Um, don't with the huge debt burdens. How does your future looks like? How will you end up? Will you end up homeless when you are faced with a foreclosure on what you thought was your most prized asset? Like, imagine your discomfort. Imagine how will you feel. You've worked so hard. You've paid some money into your house or into your mortgage, and all of a sudden they take it away from you. How would you feel? Some people lose their life. Some people die just by doing this frustration. That's why people a lot of people are in depression. That's why people are dying of heart attack, because you cannot take it, because you've worked so hard, but because people are living beyond their means and um um they're not learning about the law of finance. It will be a problem for you. You need to learn the law of money. The law of money. When you learn the law of money, it will be more beneficial for you. Trust me. So, um, this is pretty much what I have for you guys today. It's going to be a very short one. Um, I will be back tomorrow here, and we are going to find ways, if Facebook help me, or I'm going to do a YouTube one. Um, about formulas that will increase your wealth. So that is what I'm going to do tomorrow. Okay. So you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. God bless you. And I love you.